Where's that?
I don't know.
Welcome to the space where minds collide. Annie and Carrie gonna be your guide. Psychic wonders and spiritual delight will unveil the mysteries and the light. Tune your senses, sharpen your mind. Feel the energy, let your soul unwind. Tarot cards and angels' wings. Sound healing makes your spirit sing. Mind, body, soul connection strong. Find your peace where you belong. Meditate, elevate, discover ways to brighten up your darkest days. Energy flowing through your veins. Unlock your power, break the chains. With Annie and Carrie on this ride, discover the universe inside. Healing words in crystal glow, guiding through the ebb and flow. Feel the love that we impart. Awaken the magic in your heart. Mind, body, soul connection strong. Find your peace where you belong. Meditate, elevate, discover ways to brighten up your darkest days. Mind, body, soul connection strong. Find your peace where you belong. Meditate, elevate, discover ways to brighten up your darkest days.
Hi.
Hello. I'm super excited for tonight.
Me too. We've got Amanda and Sophia with us. And
Yes,
somebody
we
else's
do.
comment didn't pop up.
Um,
I don't know who it was.
let's see. Excited to be here. Welcome. Michelle,
Yeah.
excited to have you join us.
I
Oh,
don't
hello,
have
Bubble Girl. Yeah, super exciting. There's Tracy.
Hi.
Tracy. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Jeanette.
Why have I not got comments?
I don't. Have you got your comments? Are you on your comments tab? Lovely.
Yes. Oh shit. Sorry. Yeah. It doesn't want to talk to me.
Check which tab you're on. You're not on media assets or.
No, I'm on show comments.
Oh. And not private chat?
Nah.
Oh, you just turn the comments on screen. Does that help you? I don't know.
Well, you just have to talk to.
All right. Well, I'll do comments tonight. That's all good. That's all good. So, guys, we do have a few of our participants at the retreat with, some of our beautiful soul sisters from the retreat backstage with us. But to kick things off tonight, I just wanted to do a little bit of a let's get back to that energy. So I put together, of course I did, which means you and I are going to disappear from screen for a minute. And what I'm also going to do is for anyone in the retreat, let's see, is that what I want? I'm going to copy that. For anyone that came along with us to the retreat, and I'm just going to trust everyone and put this into the chat, if you'd like to join us and come and share your highlights of, I even find some of the things that happen really difficult to explain. So I hope you do a better job. I'm going to put the link to join us into the chat, so you can use that if you'd like to join us.
So far, we've got Mirani, we've got Anne, we've got Shelley, and we've got Lisa.
Yeah, which is super exciting. So, everyone, to get us in the mood and really excited for what you're about to hear about, I'm going to share with you all a sneak preview. You ready? Buckle up.
I'm buckled.
Step into your power, feel it rise. No more hiding, no more compromise. You're the light, you're the spark, burning bright. This is your moment, this is your life. You've been waiting, holding back too long, doubting your fire, but you've been strong. Every scar, every lesson brought you here. Now's the time to crush the fear. Stand tall, no chains can hold you. Your heart's alive, the truth will show through. No turning back, it's your hour. This is your time to take back your power. Step into your power, don't look away. This is your rise, your brand new day. You're unstoppable, unshakable. Nothing can break your soul today. Step into your power, let the world. Angels watching wings to fly. Mystic whispers in the breeze. Healing hearts like ancient seas.
Tarot spread upon the floor. Chakras opened, wanting more. Mind and body, spirits bright. Meditation through the night.
Symbols of celestial love. Journey deep within your soul. Healing light will make you whole.
Breathwork like ocean waves. Energy saves the lost and brave. Mystical connection found. Footsteps barely touch the ground.
Sound vibrations pure and wide. Angels dancing side by side. Luminous and full of grace. Glimpse this meditation to face. Feathers falling from above. Symbols of celestial love. Journey deep within your soul. Healing light will make you whole.
Oh my goodness gracious me.
What a journey.
Oh gosh, it was wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
It really was. It really was. And so many things happen that are almost undescribable. And it just showed the connection between everything. But I'm super excited to get some of our guests up here to join us, because I'd love to hear their highlights of the different experiences that they had. So welcome, Marani, Peter, Shelley, and Anne. Thank you so much for joining us.
No worries. Hi, everybody.
Hey. Ooh. Yes, it was a fantastic presentation, Kerry. It was beautiful. You know, when you look at that, especially some of the ones like with the sky and above the church, because it was a church that we actually did our thing in, a church that had been moved. There was no effects, no special effects or anything. There was so much more in the night sky photos. Yeah, it was just, you couldn't make that up. We had things hovering. We had, oh gosh, I've got no words. It was just absolutely magical.
Yeah.
The whole thing was magical. The only sad thing is that it was over.
That's right. There's a photo at the end of that where you see you and I sitting there, Annie, and we're just like this on each other. And everybody had left. Our cars were finally all packed and ready to go. And we sat down right at the end with each other just to debrief. And we just sat there and went, wow, did that all really happen? You know, it was that moment of how do you even describe it to people, but it's worth describing because everyone had something personal, you know, throughout it. So, Marani, can I throw to you just for a minute? Would you?
I don't know if you're able to hear me very well because you're still breaking up a lot.
We can hear you.
And just keep all right. I'll just talk with anybody as it is.
Yeah.
So, you there?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. So I just looking through what you put in that introduction with some of those photos. Now on the night, you didn't actually see a lot of those entities. You can actually see them better in those stills, which I thought was absolutely brilliant. And that because it was we went down to do the Seeds of Light, and then I went back later after everyone has had everything. There was a lot more stuff there, which is to do with the mountain, everything else that I felt, and the rainbow serpent that I saw in one of those photos, you can actually see it quite clearly. So that was really, really good for me. So it was quite inspirational. And I'd say my biggest highlight, as much as it was only a very small snippet, was singing in that bloody church. It was just filled me with so much.
It was fabulous.
It really was.
I didn't need the audience. I could just do it by myself. I didn't need the audience. But,
you called everybody in, Marani, like we could all hear it, and everyone just sort of came in because it was beautiful. And I know that just before that, where you had because you'd use the divination rods to lead you to a place that your guides were saying you should connect with. And you ended up going back there and just having that moment to yourself again in that space. And you sang to the area, didn't you? I don't know if she's frozen or she couldn't hear me.
I'm not hearing anything at the moment.
Oh, no. Oh, no. I was just, if you can hear me, just talking about how you actually went back to the area that you were drawn to for your activation and sang to that area as well, which was just beautiful because frequency music is such a beautiful, like that's what most things speak in. And the whole weekend was really around learning to connect with and feel and hear and feel and be drawn and be able to read the energy. Like that's really what happened all weekend.
Well, it was, and it was great. A lot of people that I hadn't met before, only on the live. I mean, the lives only have every second Sunday, so it was great with some of them that I'd never met, and the energies that everybody brought just enhanced. Like those divination rods work perfectly on the day. I can't get them to work at all now.
That's
Send me right off.
now, if you remember when we started with those, right? And this is a trick for everybody. If you hold them too tight, right? If you're holding them too tight, then you can sort of block it. You know, it's almost, you just need to hold it loosely and make sure that you're connected with your breath work, which allows the energy to flow. And that's really the key. And something else that was interesting, and Shelley may even talk about this later, I'm not sure, is sometimes the rods actually decide whether they're left-hand side or right-hand side. So sometimes it's worth switching them because they just choose to work in a, I don't know, it just connects with the energy better that way. Because one is giving and one's receiving. So they're working in tandem like that. As the energy flows through and working out which is left and right. Something I didn't mention is for anyone who ended up keeping their divination rods, I had put rubber bands on them down the bottom just so that I knew the pairs and kept the pairs together because they were energetically paired by Les. And you don't need to keep those rubber bands on. But if you need to keep one on so you know which one's the left one or which one's the right one, go ahead and do that because that will be a bit of a signal for you. Yeah.
My only other comment is that it wasn't long enough. I was just starting to chill and relax, and it was time to go home.
Yep. Yep.
Yes.
That was, I think nobody wanted to go home.
No.
Yeah.
Like everybody was hovering. And
When
we
I
got
left it, I was crying all the way to the car and out the car park because I didn't want to leave.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which
Felt
is
like a big
beautiful. The connections made are just so strong during that time. It's just beautiful.
Yeah.
Miss Shelley. Hello, you.
Oh.
Oh, you're breaking up as well, my lovely.
Cold night, and I'm
Uh-oh.
Can't hear you, Shelley. Rats.
Oh, no. She wants so much. Now, this is where we need interpretive dance, Shelley. And you're good at it.
We heard you giggling, so let's see if we can hear you. What was the highlight for you?
Are you talking to me still?
Yep.
Oh, I can hear that. Oh, shit.
Yep.
Highlight for me. I guess after we were made the ones, that was really cool. And it's such a simple exercise, but it was very powerful. That's how I stood up.
Did you give one of them to your dad? Oh, I've lost you again, Shell Bell.
Let's ask Peter to jump in there. I'm going to unmute you, Peter.
Okay. That make it better.
Oh, that does make it better.
It's bloody shit here when it rains. But I was a bit overwhelmed. Oh, that's a
Oh, we're losing everybody.
Oh, no.
that was a surprise.
Weather. Yeah, and Tracy's saying the thread is still there, though we have left. I believe that's really true, because the energetic connection that we created with each other during that time, and this is something I absolutely love. If I can just share an observation just from watching the group together, is that when someone was sharing in the group, everybody else really listened to what they were saying and willingly gave their energy to that person, so that they were safe to actually share some things that, if you hadn't experienced similar yourself, might think were pretty out there statements, right? So that beauty of that energy and the support of each other in that group is something that we've talked about often, Annie, in conscious conversation.
Yeah.
That when you're with someone and you're really present with them, which is what was beautiful about the group that came together, is when you're really present, you are listening and you're willingly sending them your energy and your love and your care about their experience. And I noticed that when we're all coming back and sharing what happened with the energy walk and using the divination rods, it was just beautiful to watch. And again, even when with creating the rods, everyone getting in touch with what do I need? What energy do I need to receive myself? What should I be giving as that self-care? What is calling to me in that intention? So here we go again with that stupid word I hate to say, that everyone knows I hate to say it, reciprocity.
Yes.
And I always
Oh,
have to
I
say it.
can't do it either.
I know, and oh look, I'm goosebumps again about that, because it was a give and receive, a give and receive, a give and receive, and everyone's cups seemed to be full because of that, and equally so, which is just beautiful. Yeah.
I think one of the things that I really loved about it all was we didn't have catering. And Kerry's first activity on the Friday night was about acknowledging and paying gratitude to not only the food that we were eating, but also how it grew, how many hands it had passed through, um, how it just all came together. Like, it had been grown by farmers who put love and care into it, and then it was delivered, and then it was brought to us. And like everybody we had choppers and washers and barbecuers. We had little teams. And what was absolutely incredible was we had 20 people in a kitchen, and it just all flowed, and everything just came together beautifully.
It really did.
It was just lovely. And then that was a real high. Then
Yeah.
on the next morning, when they did the divination rods, that was a real, for a lot of people, that was a really, what's the word? It was like an epiphany. Lots of people had epiphanies with that experience. And I think, like when you're at some of these gatherings, when you're listening to everybody else, it kind of triggers memories, and it triggers, oh yeah, I felt that, or yeah, I saw that, or, that kind of stuff. And so that lifted, then lunch, then we were making all these wands, and that was like kindy class. It was
Yeah.
just people had to share tools, and they were all faffing around with feathers.
We had feathers flying all over the room.
Feathers everywhere. And the creativity around that, though, and people were helping each other and then sharing what they had made. And the energy by that time was like kindy class. It was like growing up schoolies. And Sophia just went, whoa, and just settled the whole room again.
Grounded with that activation. Where are you, Miss Sophia?
She's on.
We love you. Thank you so
She's
much.
on.
That was awesome session.
Yeah. And it was just like, whoa, it's time to relax now before we go for dinner. So, and then the spontaneous combustion. Oh, we had our flower girl.
Yes.
We had Miss Annie, who did our flower readings, and that just blew everybody's socks off. She's incredible, that bloody woman.
Yeah.
And then we had spontaneous hugging and dancing. It was just amazing. Sophia,
I'm
you
also
did it.
I'm
No,
having a good laugh at the comments. Tracy says we probably work better at connections than Telstra. I agree. Seeing I was on SOS all weekend, right? I had no
you couldn't
phone
even
call.
get messages.
So we definitely work better than that. And Sophia's talking about, giving to Mother Earth. I love it because the excitement when everyone came back said, I could do that. I felt that. I could actually walk the energy. I could connect with the energy. I connected with the sacred space. I did that. And I get really excited, as do you, Annie, because it's not about, oh, we can do this. It's about every single one of you can do this. It's all within you. We've just not, we've been, we have to remember. It's not even been taught how to do it. Remember, because we did it as children. We just had it educated out of us, you know?
I think one of the things that happens when you're at these places, though, you know, if you're at a retreat and you're with all these beautiful people, is that everybody raises everybody else's energy.
Yeah.
And there is nothing else happening. So there's no busyness.
No.
You're so in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think that's it's all very zen.
Yeah.
But when you're not in that kind of space, or you've got things happening, or phones ringing, or emails coming in, or work, it's much easier to reconnect and remember when it's peaceful and it's a beautiful surroundings, you know, like it's just glorious. And you're working on the grass, grounded in the earth. So I think it's much easier, you know, it's easier to remember that you can do all this stuff when you've got all these people around you that are
And then,
lifting
of course,
you as
the
well.
next step, guys, the next step to that is, how do you do that all the time? Right? Because that's when you start connecting into your journey and your instincts and trusting the energy that you're getting and being able to follow it, you know, day to day, not just when you're there. So that's sort of the next stage of this. But just the remembrance starts you on the path of going there. Peter, lovely. Thank you for making the effort and jumping on here.
And
We'd love to
really,
I'm all the way to Mount Isa. I'm sitting here in my little unit, very unfurnished, but I do have a bed and a fridge full of beer, so that's the two main things.
Awesome.
that's all you need.
Got all my needs covered. I'm slowly unpacking crystals, and I have saged the unit
Good,
before I moved in with intention. Said a little prayer of this is my space, and no one with bad intentions is welcome. But just set my standards and my intentions. But I felt it was too short. We had enough food for another week, I'm sure.
I'm pretty sure we did, yeah.
Got a bit carried away, didn't I?
Yeah, I just loved connecting with my soul sisters again, seeing all the beautiful people that make up our tribe, and every time I go, I learn something new about other people, about skills that we all have that you just need to tap into, and learn a lot about myself. So I did get worried when I found Jesus on the first day, and then Marianne gave me a cross, and I'm like, oh, I need to go to church more, I think, or start going to church or whatever, start praying more.
You know, Peter, with that, it can just be a honest sign, hey, you're connected to us. It's not about the building or it's about the connection. Yeah. And in a way, what you did, and you're so strongly connected with everything that weekend. That's your own church. You know?
Yeah. Well, the rods took me to the outhouse first, but then took me to a tree that we did. Emily and I did everything around the wrong way. You know, I immediately had to get into the ground and bury the seed, and then we just stood there for it was a good 5 minutes and just noticed everything around us. Birds were coming to the tree in front of us and behind us. And I sort of kept looking, and there was number 28. I'm like, I don't know what number 28 means. But I turned around and I touched the tree behind me, and Emily said that lightning went from the seed up the tree, and all I noticed was the dead trunk around it and this live sapling that came up that was bearing fruit. And I went, well, she's a survivor just like me. And that really, like, I had goosebumps from my feet to the top of my head. It was just, my hair was standing on end. And I was just like, yeah, I'm a survivor. I can do this. I've got this. And then we went, oh, shit, we meant to say something here. And we did the prayer and then said the intentions again. But it was just like all these things just come into total awareness, you know, like she's a survivor. And other people saw trees being like nothing at the bottom but supported by other trees in the canopy and still there. So that's like, you know, everyone around me supports me. And we saw so many examples of that in nature, you know, like there was something holding up a bucket, but it had been made into a bird's nest, and it was supported by this vine that wrapped around it, and other vines were supporting trees, limbs that had dropped. It was just, so there's a lot of things about survival and support which I really resonated with. And then the wand, I made 2 wands. I made one for myself that was basically my intention, and, you know, I want to be successful, and I want to be calm, and I want to be peaceful, and I want to pave my own road. But then the second one was very simple, and it was just a piece of malachite and some feathers, because it was for Dad. It was to bridge heaven and earth, which he doesn't want to do. And so we just wanted to make it his wand to be his bridge, and so he can hold something and feel safe.
Perfect.
That's lovely.
Just perfect.
Lovely. Thank you, Peter. Miss Anne, you're sitting there being very quiet.
Yeah, I'm just feeling a little bit emotional now, because it was a very emotional weekend. It was absolutely beautiful. Couldn't have picked a better location. What an absolutely wonderful place to have a retreat in. We were so blessed with the weather. We had no rain until 5 o'clock on Monday morning. So we were very, very lucky. And look, there are so many highlights for me, so many firsts for me. I'd never been to a retreat, and I'd never been in a circle. We opened the circle and there was all of that. But those connections, that energy was just so strong, just amazing. It was just beautiful. But it was lovely to connect with people that we hear, like on these live streams, or they write their notes and the comments on the side, but to see them face to face, but also to catch up with people that we hadn't seen for years, like Peter, Shelley, just trying to think of the ones who came from far away, but it was just amazing. But for me, probably the most emotional and enlightening time was the divination rods. And I'm getting sooky again, guys.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah, it was just lovely. I mean, Sue and I were going to go together. Then we said, no, let's go with somebody experienced or somebody who may have used them before. So Sue ended up with AJ, and I went with Sophia. And she was saying to me, but the rods haven't been kind to me lately, but I'll tell you what, the minute we started, we just went. And it was just beautiful. We didn't have far to go. And, both her and I, the birds were just so strong when we got to where we got. It wasn't just the crossing to know that we were at that point. It was the birds. It was like it just all lit up, illuminated everything, and planting the seeds of light too. We could see them spreading. So that was amazing. That was thanks to Gail for those, wasn't it? The seeds. And then when I had my turn, we went for a long walk. It was like, I need to do my 10,000 steps today because we've eaten so much, because there was so much. And then they tried to take me right through the middle of this old shed, which must have been like a handyman shed or something. And Sophia and I looked at each other and said, well, we can't go there, can we? And then next to it got the right turn, left turn. And I was surprised. I was wanting or thinking I was going to be planting or stopping at a tree, but I ended up underneath this, I can't remember how I described it. I think it was like a thatched roof, like with a whole lot of branches that were just over the top, like a canopy. It was absolutely amazing. The ground was malnourished. It needed nourishment. It needed grass. It needed water.
Needed the love that you were about to give it.
The love, and yes, and it was so strong. And I thought, no, I can't be here, so I'll take a couple of steps. And then my rods went like that, like, no, you're not there. And I had to back up. And as soon as I took 2 steps back, they crossed back, and I knew. And Sophia and I, she just said, no, this is where you're meant to be. And there was no tree right there. I was right, well, like in probably 1/3 of this covering. And then I knelt down and I dug my little hole and planted my seed of light. And Sophia just said, I know she's on.
Yeah,
she said, I just lit up. Well, I just bawled. I just got really, really emotional. It was just like, this is meant to happen. It was just like release, and I'm nurturing, and I'm nourishing, and I'm giving that grounding, healing, everything, that, all those emotions. And then when we came back, we're both mindful that we didn't trip, because we both had this little thing about tripping. And we came back and we talked to you. And sorry, I think, yeah, we passed on that emotion. It was shared.
Yeah.
But that was lovely. There were so many highlights, as I said.
Yeah. That when you came back and shared everything you experienced during that, I was so excited for you. I know I got really emotional with it as well. And that's because you were open enough to allow the energy just to flow through you.
Yeah.
And we talk about emotion, and Annie and I say all the time, energy in motion. And that's what was happening. Yes. You're actually feeling all those things, the gratitude for what you just did, the connection to everything, all of that energy. And I'm goosebumps again just thinking about it, because that's what the energy exchange is.
Yeah.
And that's and for us, that's what our guide said this weekend needs to be about. Because once you know that source actually runs through you, right? Yeah. That you're connected, that oneness, things that we talk about, it's one thing for us to talk about it. It's another thing for you to feel it and experience it. So when you came back and said, oh, this was my experience, I bawled too, because I was just saying, yes, that's so much what we wanted for everybody to really feel that for themselves. Yeah.
Yeah. There was a lot of that throughout that whole weekend. And no, I don't think any of us wanted it to end, but it was Sophia saying I did light up. She was really something to behold, standing in her light. Oh, thank you, Sophia. I think the first, for me, the first of everything, the drum, the fire drum, the drum circle, us making our own tunes, and the wands, the flower readings, Sophia's. I usually go to sleep in a meditation or anything like that. No, I didn't sleep through that one. That was just absolutely beautiful.
Mhm.
But oh, and of course, you know, like even going out for dinner, but sharing everything. Just everybody just felt so connected. I think that was the beauty of the whole weekend, and it was very hard to go away. And I had to steel myself not to cry because I had the 7-hour drive ahead of me too. So yeah,
Yes. And Annie and I just have, like, I feel so humbled, like yourself, Anne, and also Tracy, who drove so far. We had Shelley, who travelled halfway across the country, right, to
yeah,
come and be with us, and Peter with her. Marani came from a really long distance as well. I mean, everyone else, Gold Coast, Brisbane, as well. We are so humbled by that you'd make that much effort to be there with us, really.
mm, no, it was like I'm so glad I did it. I knew I was going to do one. Couldn't do last year's one, but I knew I was going to do it. As soon as you come up with another one, I was in.
And I
So
just saw
thank
Kelly said
you.
she's going to be there one day too. We'd love to share with you too, Kelly. Something
Mm,
that's really interesting is like we chat to a lot of you on here and we see the little icons, but I was explaining to Anne, we actually do connect with your energy when you allow us to read for you, right? When we have
mm,
your permission to read,
yeah,
that's what we're doing. We're actually connecting to your energy to do that. So when we meet you in person, we feel like I have known you personally for a really long time because I know your energy. But
mm.
just to hug you was just awesome. See
Me
you in
Yeah.
person.
too. Me
Yeah,
too. It was wonderful.
yeah,
Absolutely
It's a
wonderful.
whole person,
yeah.
a whole
That's
big
right.
person, not just a tiny little space. Are
And
we
we
going to
are
do another
real.
one this year? Oh,
We are real. We're not AI. And what you
no, we're
see here
not.
on camera is exactly what you get in lifetime. Just very ourselves.
Do you know the other thing that I thought was absolutely wonderful? We had the whole resort. There
Mm,
was
Yes,
nobody else there. So
that's
we
right.
were free to just do our thing without, like, Cedar Creek was also beautiful, but there were people everywhere. Whereas with this one, we were outside in the open. There was nobody to worry about. We weren't going to disturb anybody. We could have danced naked under the moonlight. Shelley threatened to do that a couple of times, and there wouldn't have been anybody to
no,
say anything or do anything. So I
no.
think it was only our energy that was there. And I
Mhm.
just think that that made a difference as well. The fact that it was just our little circle, big
Yeah,
circle, that was
yeah,
there.
yeah, exactly. I,
Yeah.
I
I
don't
think
know if
that
we're
does
going to do
too, because
another
there's
one this
no other
year.
energy other than what we created and connected
Mm,
within
Yeah.
that space. Michelle, we are definitely thinking about doing another one later this year. And our thought around that was it would be really nice to reconnect and lift everyone's energy back into that space just before the solstice shift at the end of the year again. So we thought that could be a really good idea. Bear with us because Annie and I, we have a couple of venues that we want to check because as we've found with this one, they seem to evolve with what we're doing and match what we do. It's really great to have somewhere all to ourselves. So bear with us. We're doing some inquiries and we will let everybody know. We'll post it on the page and we'll announce it on another live stream. But we're working on that because I think that'd be great to organise, get everyone back together, which would be awesome.
The place that we were at the Eco Lodge, it got sold while we were there,
Mm,
and the new owners took over virtually this month. So we're going to go back up there, and because they're young and they've got some radical ideas around what they want it to look like. So we'll go back up there and we'll have another look, and we'll see what they've done to change it. Why we like to give you quite a big gap between them too is it gives us time to put you all on payment plans. And even although it would be lovely to do a week, it gets expensive
oh yeah.
because if
yeah,
we're in hotels or if we're, like even there, the majority of what you're charged for our retreats is for accommodation and food.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what the majority of it is. That we did one on a cruise, and because we had a lot of people, we got a really good price. But
Yeah.
again, there was a million kids. Shelley was going to throw carrots and onions into the spa because there was all these kids in it, and she was just going to make them into soup at one point. and when you,
It's funny.
it was funny. The good thing about that one though was we did our workshops on the at sea days, so people could toddle off, and all the ports that we visited, they could all toddle off and do their own thing.
Yeah.
So that was nice. But trying to get grounded on the ocean, that's not fun.
No.
We were
No, it's not. And I've sort of trying to been talk to the guides about how we do that better, because it was really hard to ground. So everyone's energy was so high, hardly anyone slept. So that became a bit of a problem. Just slightly. I was just going back through some of the photos to see if I could find this particular one that I thought was fascinating. Guys, you did a great job. There's so many photos here. It's hard to see it when it's really small because I was going to share it with you. But what I might do is just separately onto the pages, add just some of those photo reels. So then you can pause it and actually have a really good look. Because there's a couple of things. Are you heading off, Marani?
Yeah, I have to go.
Thank you so much.
I can only hear little bits and pieces what everyone is saying. I'm not catching it much at all. But I just want to let everybody know that I really enjoyed that weekend. It was absolutely beautiful, beautiful souls, beautiful people. And, you know, in my heart, I miss everybody.
Love you, Marani.
Bye. Thanks, Marani.
See you soon.
Yep, see you soon.
Yep.
So a couple of things, and right, okay, so now I'm going to put myself out there because Annie was not there because she was busy running away to get out, go and pick up our lunch, right, for us. But after we did the divination rods, we all sat around and we had some, fruit and things for morning tea, and everyone shared their experiences through that. And there were some common things there about how the rods, they thought they'd take you one way and then they'd take you around things. So they'd walk you around a spider web, or they'd, and where you actually walked, like you felt a pull towards a certain area, but then they took you on a walk and then you ended up where you felt pulled to in the first place. So we were talking about a couple of things. One, that's showing you learning to read the connection and energy yourself. But two, it was actually bigger than that, that as you were walking with that love and intention to connect in oneness with everything, that you were actually balancing the energy as you went and laying those light codes as you went, as well as where you activated the seed. So we were talking about that. And so I was just explaining that to everyone, and how that the shrubs, the trees, the waterways, all the things that you're actually drawn to through that, because roots and everything do go into the ground and touch each other, it's like a nervous system for Mother Earth. So that starts to spread it like a grid, that all this light is going out, and how it was going to, travel up the mountains. And I was hearing from my guides at the time that all the trees, all the plants, all the animals in the area were celebrating right now. And as I said that, I know it sounds out there in chat, right? If you know this happened as much as I know this happened, because we didn't get to catch this on camera, but honestly, this happened, right? And those of you with us online can confirm it as well. At one point, I just went, stop, listen. And it seriously sounded like all the trees were shaking their leaves, going, yay, in the background, agreeing and giving back to us. Now, girls, did that really happen? Am I just losing my mind here? Or did that really happen?
That happened. It happened.
Yep.
Yeah,
For me, that's what I like,
absolutely.
because it answered back to us, you know. So it's like, yes, we love it, we acknowledge it, thank you so much for the energy, etc. And then later that night, when we came back from dinner, and we'd sort of set everything up with the glow sticks and everything, and the AF and the music and the candles. We couldn't have a fire, obviously, because, you know, fire restrictions. But we'd set all that up. And then the most amazing things started happening in the sky. We were either through the cameras, or I think I stood there and said, oh, wow, look at Mount Tibragagan. It has an aura. It is pitch black. Look everywhere, right? It's pitch black. It's in the middle of nowhere. There's no light that was on it. The night before, it was not like that. It was just pitch blackness, you know, in the distance. It has an aura. And so everything that we did with the exchange and the gratitude for the growth of the energy and the food and the energy exchange, through the divination walks, through the connection with the crystal energy and giving back to ourselves, the whole place was balanced. And I was saying how, like, the light has just gone all the way through the Glasshouse Mountains, and now we have an aura above them. Then we started to see angelic figures coming in, light orbs coming in, nature spirits coming in, and all of this, not just with our eyes, you know, actually was caught on camera. So I'm sorry I can't pull all those up, because it's really, really hard to see the photos. But I will put little videos out of them afterwards, so you can actually pause it and enlarge it, because you can see it really clearly. And, of course, we'd invited the angels, the guides, the ancestors of the land to join us in raising the energy and balancing the energy there, and in helping us, you know, create that connection. And it was like everything came out in celebration to validate to us what was done that day. And I just remember thinking, Annie, you and I were sitting there afterwards going, did this all really happen? We're going, it really happened, and it was on camera. And I just said, wow, I hope everyone realizes just how powerful they all are, just how connected in oneness they all are, because it was everyone's combined intention joining together, connecting with that energy, where we created the environment where we could feel, see, hear, like all the clairs were activated, and we could connect with everything around us. So you can all dispute what I'm saying there, but I honestly think all of that 100% happened.
Yeah. I think everybody left feeling like a better version of themselves, and feeling that they had epiphanies and learned something about themselves. I know I did over the weekend, you know. And there was a lot of kind of, because a lot of you knew each other before, there was a lot of kind of one-on-ones and a lot of catch-ups. And for us, it was so wonderful to be able to actually talk to people face to face, instead of just having to look at the chats and everything. And I think, like, everybody just blended together. There was no bullshit.
No.
It just, everything just flowed like it was supposed to be happening, you know. And yeah, I can't go over myself, you know. Like Kerry and I, we do the facilitating because we're silly taters.
Yeah,
and
that's right.
that's what we do. We're just silly taters, and we throw these ideas out. And honestly, we don't.
They do play.
Yeah, we never know what's going to happen. We've got no blessed idea what's going to happen. We just trust that if this is what we've been guided to do, just go with it. And when all of these things just happen, and we have all these synchronicities, like we were wet because it had bucketed down rain. Missy here was out dancing at 5 o'clock in the morning in their pajamas in the rain.
It was glorious. It was glorious. And if Tracy was on here, she'd attest to that too. because
Yeah,
no
she's
sooner was
one.
I out there, she came out and joined me. So, I
Yeah.
wasn't on my own in this.
Yeah, I know. I got dragged out as well,
Yeah.
but and like by the end of it, because with bump in and bump out and all that sort of stuff that happens, like we were exhausted, but we were on this huge high. And there is a picture of us sitting on the stairs, leaning up against each other. It's like, I don't want to go home. I could just
No.
live here. This is just so glorious. And she's like, get in the car, and I'm saying, no. And we sat there, and I thought, we didn't get in the car. We were organised to leave by probably 9:30ish. Yeah, and we could have been organised to leave if we'd shifted our butts a little bit quicker, but we were just dilly dallying.
Yeah, we
And it
just
was
didn't
like,
want to go.
and at 10:30, I said to Kerry, maybe we should go home now. She said, do we have to? Yeah, let's get in the car. So we toddled over to our cars and off we popped. But yeah, and for us watching you guys all leaving, it was like, bye-bye. Bye-bye, new friend.
Yeah, I know.
That-
And that's what it was like. The whole place, like it was like leaving a place that we just made a magical connection with as well, that
Yeah.
sense of place. But again, bringing it back and going, yeah, but we can connect like that everywhere we are.
Yeah.
It's about if we're open and perceptive to it.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting one.
We're so grateful to you all for coming and for trusting
Very,
us.
very grateful.
Absolutely, because we can sort of stick it all together, but it's you guys that really make it happen. You bring the magic. And we had the beautiful Kathy, who couldn't be on tonight, gifted Kerry and I this book. It's a beautiful little book, and it's a boy, a mole, a fox, a horse, and something else. I can't remember what the last one is. But the mole's, he's the little wise one. And the mole's response to any issue is cake. If your shit hits the fan, have cake. If you're sad, have cake. If you're happy, have cake. So, and we had cake. Like, we had the biggest cake in Australia.
We did.
And that solved all problems.
That was awesome. That was awesome. Tracy, that's the photo that I tried to jump in and find. And this is daytime. It's not even a nighttime image, where Tracy has actually caught a nature spirit within the trees. It's just incredible. And we ran around and Tracy trying to debunk it, and there is like no light flare. Tracy took several in a row, and you can see it and not see it, and there's no difference in lighting or anything else going on. And it was just incredible. Yeah, I was looking for that because it was incredible. And the angels in the sky, so they're all still around. It was magical. Yeah.
It was.
Shelley, I don't know if we can unmute you or whether we can hear you. She might just want to sleep on us now. You can go to sleep to have my nice meditative voice if you like.
We got ya.
That'll be the end of me if you do that.
Yay, we can hear you. I really wanted to hear from you.
Probably if I turn my video off the audio, you could hear me better.
Yeah, we can hear you. That's awesome.
For some reason, you can't have both. Well, yeah, it was awesome. Thank you so much. That was really awesome. I needed to just break the habit and go for a long drive and meet up with you all. So that was awesome.
You went to Australia Zoo as well.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. We forgot to see the otters though. When we came in, the otters were asleep, and we thought, we'll do it on the way out. By the time we did everything else, we just forgot. But we went to see a wombat, and he was obviously asleep in his den as well. Then we came back around, and there's this humongous, huge wombat, and he was laying on his back, and I can't remember what Peter thought it was. Did you think it was an otter, Peter? I can't remember.
No,
Anyway.
I thought it was something like huge, like a bear or something.
Yeah. Absolutely humongous wombat. But he was so cute, adorable. All the animals, I love the giraffes, the rhinos were spectacular. Like, they were just sitting around, this group of girls, 3 girls, just sitting under a sheltered rock sort of formation. It was just like, yeah, look, even in nature they do it, just hanging out, resting.
Chilling.
Or the chubby unicorns, as we call them.
Yeah, we had to buy save the chubby unicorn. One got up and then sort of looked like she was having a bit of a stretch and she was going to go for a wander, and then she just looked at the other 2 and went, fuck it, and laid down.
There's a young man on Facebook, and he's on TikTok as well, I think. And he just sits with animals and plays the guitar.
Yes, I've seen that.
Yeah, he was singing to a rhino or 2 rhinos, and Mummy came over and had her head over the fence, but there was a baby, and the baby was singing with him.
Yeah.
It was like a little trumpet. And
sound, vibration, tone, energy, everything is that, you know.
The horses came over and they just lean on him. And the giraffes put their big legs out and put their heads down to get closer to it. It's absolutely fascinating. But they just surround him when he's singing. It's beautiful.
It really is.
The energy when he's playing with the animals just go all limp and relaxed.
Yep.
Yeah, beautiful.
The sound bowl made us all limp and relaxed as well.
Yeah.
I've got a sound bowl, for those of you that weren't there, I've got a sound bowl that you can stand in and you can bang it with a gong. It goes all the way up through your body. And we were outside and I could hear all this noise. And I said to Kerry, what's that? And she said, what do you think it is? And I went, it's a bloody sound bowl. And they're all in there bashing the sound bowl and
which is awesome. Wasn't that great? You know, just being able to stand in it. And yeah.
It was
worked so well. So much fun. Hey guys, I just have a little 1-minute thing I'm just going to open up, and this is just going to give you some close up on some of those beautiful sky pictures. So are we ready just for a quick 1-minute go of this one?
Go.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Let the stillness begin. Feel the light in your chest. Let your soul find rest. You've been chasing, always trying, running fast, but never finding what was waiting.
Only a short one, but I'll start to put some of these out so that you can actually pause it and go in, and I can add some more of the photos in there, because honestly, when I went through to get the photos, do you know how many there are? There is so many photos, and it's really hard to put it all together. But yeah, so there's a few little 1-minute ones that I'll put together for everybody.
Yeah, for those of us who didn't need it on our knees.
Knees, yeah.
Yes, Miss AJ got gonged on her knee. That was not fun. Emily missed.
Hey, wasn't our reading amazing?
Yes.
That just blew my mind.
Yeah,
And
she's incredible.
She really is incredible. And how amazing to think that she said she hadn't actually done flower reading before. She just thought she'd give it a go, because it's all about when you select the flower and you're putting your energy into it and writing your name on the bag, it's still energy reading. Yeah. And yet she didn't know anything at all about what we'd done all weekend. with reading and connecting to energy and reading it and feeling it, and yet how beautifully that flowed. And she just comes in and says, yeah, but it's all energy, so that's why I knew I could do it. But that's what a great great way to just trust that you
Yeah.
can read the energy.
I wanted somebody that wasn't us, because we had spent the weekend and we know most of you. So it was like somebody who knows absolutely nothing about any of you, never
Mhm.
met you before. And the very interesting thing was that while she was reading, because you were so tuned into everybody's energy, you all knew who she was reading for.
Yeah.
Like, that's you. And you're all looking, that's yours, that's yours.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So to have somebody come in cold that knows nothing and just blow your socks off. She's incredible. She was brilliant. She's absolutely incredible. And for
Yeah.
those of you who had,
And beautiful energy. Mhm.
she's gorgeous. For those of you who had private readings with her, one-on-one readings with her, like, she blew everybody away.
Yeah.
She's wonderful, beautiful woman, beautiful.
You are so welcome. We thought that would be lovely. Annie has worked with her before from Bribey, from Sunshine Coastway. So yeah. So that was awesome that she was able to come in, because we're in the right area to have her, which was awesome. Yeah.
I think she'd have come anyway.
Mm.
And now that we've got her, I don't think we'll get rid of her. I think she'll come back.
Yeah.
Next time she wants
which
to
is great, because such beautiful energy. And what happened is everyone that sort of stepped in raised the energy of the group again and raised the energy of the group again. It was just amazing.
Yep.
So warm and welcoming,
wants to come back and just be a participant the next time and just play. So that will be lovely too.
Yeah.
So we will keep you updated as to what we're going to do next. As soon as we know, you'll know.
And look, thank you all so very, very much for validating what I'm saying, because I told my children, they went, yeah, right, mum. Right, mum. And I went, it's true. It's true. The trees cheered and the angels showed up.
Sure did.
I think they just stir me because they're both quite spiritual, but it was just funny. Yeah, pack Sophia in your bag. Yep, she's a gem, isn't she?
I think we want to keep her. Thank you.
Yeah, she's been a hidden gem for a while, and we're super, super excited that she chose our retreat to be the first time that she actually took everyone through that public meditation and activation that she did. So we're very humbled that she chose our retreat to say, yes, I'll step up, because she has been a hidden gem, but she ain't going to be no hidden gem no more. She's going to be shiny. She'll I'll see her tomorrow. She'll smack me for that one tomorrow. No, let me hide again. I don't think her guides will let her do that. Do you, Annie?
No, not hoping hell.
That's done. And of course, next time we're super excited that more of the beautiful soul family, we're hoping, will actually come in and do something with the group as well, because you're all so very gifted and talented, that we'd love to share what you do with everybody as well.
Yes,
That's exciting. That's exciting.
We've already had some conversations.
We have, and we're very excited about that. So we'll shore everything up, get some dates, check venues, and we'll definitely let you all know. Anne and Shelley and Peter and Marani, who's not on screen with us at the moment, thank you so much for jumping on with us and sharing your stories live. And everyone in chat who was sharing parts of their stories in there as well. I'm hoping I've caught them all. Annie couldn't see the comments tonight.
Oh, I'm chatless.
So I've been trying to keep up with you and add them to the screen as we went. So hopefully I've got most of those. Yeah, so thank you all so very, very much. We might end for tonight, I think, maybe. But would you like to see one small additional 1 minute video before we hit the outtake button that I've already put together?
Go.
Okay, 2 secs. We've done that
Leave us
one.
on a high.
It's this one. Let's go.
Outside, I'm the source, I'm the light. Every answer that I need comes straight from inside. My energy leads, my reality bends. What aligns, stay close, what doesn't just transcends. I walk with intention, I rise with ease. Not because I chase, but because I am the frequency. I trust every moment, I trust every sign. Everything that happens always for my highest design. I let it be. Every neutral shift turns into destiny. Everything moves for me, flows for me, shifts in the rhythm of the one I be. I am the one, I've been the one, divine in my soul, pure energy in my lungs. Everything moves for me, flows for me. I remember.
Beautiful.
It's just gorgeous.
Yeah, such a beautiful place. And I did notice, Tracy, I think one of those photos in there is the one where you've caught some energy in amongst the trees, the nature spirits. So, look, I'll definitely put some of these out there and you can sort of pause and go in. Yeah, amazing adventure. Colleen, I know we did a really big energy trail in that we actually travelled quite a long way using the divination rods as our navigation system, and these guys got the mini version of that, and it was just as incredibly powerful in doing that, and possibly even more so because there was so many people with the intention in the space, and the space certainly reacted to that, and gave us messages back. It was just incredible. Yeah. So thank you, everyone. Tears of pure joy. I know I was crying putting things together. And Tracy shared something about her experience, and I could hardly, I think my message was really short. I'm literally crying right now. And that's that energy in motion. So it's not from sadness. It's just that feeling of the flow of the energy and the connection to the experience. Yeah, just pure joy. Absolutely. Artie and Marty. Yeah, the rods. Beautiful. All right, everybody. I think thank you so much for joining us, everybody, and Shelley, Peter, Marani, for coming on live with us. We love you guys so much. So good to see your beautiful faces on here live with us. And everyone in chat who actually couldn't get on backstage with us on the screen, but was sharing everything in the chat with us as well. We appreciate you all so much. And we hope everyone else found it really interesting to know that it's possible, right? Anything, don't limit your own possibility. Don't limit your own connection. And I hope that anyone that's watching that wasn't able to join us at the retreat can see everything is possible. You can definitely have that connection. And you can definitely achieve amazing things. And we believe and love every single one of you.
Yes, we do.
Right. So I guess with that, I better say good night, right?
Yeah, hit the button.
This is where I get back. Right. Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.
And he whispers secrets in the night, mystical visions taking flight. Carrie's got that angel glow so bright, gliding through the dark to the light. Tarot cards spread on the cosmic rug, healing power in a gentle hug. Meditation's deep like an ancient grove, finding peace through the stars above. Mind, body, spirit, soul, we rise, Spiritual journeys we embark, lighting flames within the dark. Messages from angels clear and true, whispering love in all we do. Psychic development strong and wise, open path